It's my favorite thing ever when the little sparks fly up and I smell the burning of my hair, and then I feel the little spark landing on my head. No, that's not that much fun, I promise. Welcome back. Okay, we're here following weekend, and we're going to start looking at our panel that we welded last week, fixes. I went around and found some pinholes that I'm going to need to fix, weld them over. You walk around it and you kind of move your head from side to side and you look for the pinholes, and then the light shining underneath it actually will show them to you. These two, if you didn't have your head in the right spot, right here, if you didn't have your head in the right spot, you wouldn't even have known it. So they are pinholes. I will be spraying the bottom of this with some kind of stone chip, rhino liner, something or other, blah, 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 blah. So those would probably not leak. Maybe, I don't know. I would hope to think not, but we'll fix it from the top. I know there's some more to do on the bottom. I haven't decided what that's going to be yet, so I've got to go underneath there. But today, I want to fix my issue with this, covering this gap right here. So originally we cut out a strap that was across here. You can see it right here. And that went on across the panel up here. So we had to replace that. It was rusted out and it was in bad shape. So this is to keep the water out across there. So I've got to put in, I'm going to build it like this pretty much. To get it to curve, I cut the strips in it so that they'll bend, and so you'll see it'll fit just like that. And then that will waterproof this side all the way across. So water coming up from below will come up into this space, and if I fix the bottom side of this correctly, hopefully I can, and weld it to the bottom of the fender down in here. Let me see if I can show you that. So if I can get this weld to take across here, and I have my strap on the top, I think that will all work out very well for us to have a sealed panel across there. So that's the plan. Confidence is low, but I'm gonna do it anyway because we need to get moving. We spent a lot of time on this project, on this corner of the truck, and we have a lot more to do. I mean, you know, the bed of the truck has to be sorted out. I do have a solution for that as well. Pretty excited about it. Let me walk around to the front of the truck and let me give you an idea of what that's gonna look like. I need a knife. All right, around here, around here, around here. We're gonna cut that strap out of this 20 gauge right here. So we'll get to that. But I did find a company in somewhere. Honestly, I don't know. I'll put some details in the big spider web. What the heck? I'll put some details in the description below. Kind of the process of how I ordered this stuff. What you will learn if you're trying to do this with your Range Rover is this panel is non-existent on this side of the pond. If it's existent on the other side of the pond, I don't know where you buy it. So unfortunately, that's the case. The Disco one has a very similar panel, but it is not the same. So if you're looking on the forums and you're wondering if, hey, that looks right, I can get one of those, you're wrong. Don't do it. It's not the right size. This is a long wheelbase. It's definitely the wrong one for this. Now, could I have bought one of those and maybe cut it in half and patched it together here? Probably. Give enough time and money. And no, I'm not going to do that. So All right, so this is what we got. So you know how bad it is here, and we had to cut it out from the other side. So there's nothing to hold the panel to the truck right now until I bought these. I had, oh, am I even on the camera right? I had a company make, it's called Z-Bar. So I had them make me some Z-Bar. Let me get the knife cut over here too. Get that all loosened. So I had somebody make me some Z-Bar. Let me tear one of those off of there. I don't know why it's so shiny. I'm a little worried about that, but I'm gonna be careful when I weld it, and hopefully it will not, it's not galvanized, it's just really pretty steel. So you can see Z-Bar, 18 gauge Z-Bar. So I'm excited about that. So basically Z-Bar, it's on the end. There we go. How's that gonna work, you say? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Let's get one and we'll go and show you how it's going to work. All right, so we'll go over here. I think we'll start from the back of the truck. All right. Okay, so the Z-Bar will go along the top of this, the length of the truck. And there it goes up to, oh, come on, really? Let me go get that. Let me go get that out of the way. Hang on. What the heck? Electrical stuff's all in the way. All right, there we go. Got it all good. All right, let's go back around here. All right, here we are. All right, so I got the Z-Bar in place. So this is gonna go here against this all the way down. I've got a cut for that one and one for this side. 45 inches. Dun, dun, dun. 45 inches. So basically this is going to go into place. I'm going to drill and weld this down, then seam seal probably underneath it, and that will be the shelf to hold my panel. Let's go over and look at the panel again. This is my fan system to move the hot air outside of the shop. It's not working like you think it should. All right, and then we'll get this one and we'll come over here and we'll use the one. Well, wait, no, we're gonna use the, oh, sorry for the bad camera. All right, so basically that's how it'll work right there. So that's how that will sit right on top of that. And since I've had to drill out all those spot welds, those are my places where I will fill weld that panel to that. And then I will spray the crap out of it with, sorry about the camera angle. I will spray the crap out of it with weld through zinc primer. And it's gonna get a coat of stone shield as well. I don't know if that's gonna be a challenge from beneath the truck, but that's how I'm gonna do it. So pretty cool. I'm really happy I got that. It was not expensive considering what a new panel might have cost me from being shipped all the way across the ocean. Let's talk like $130, not expensive. And that was for the whole back. So that was a reasonable amount of money considering $500 for a new panel. If I could find a new panel on the other side of the pond and then getting shipped to me here, could have been north of 500. I don't know. Since they don't exist, I'm just guessing. All right, but that's it. All right, so I'm going to go do a cut for this and get this ready to go and then see if I can make that work for what I described here before. All right, camera changing and getting more stuff sorted out. All right, here we go. Well, that needed to be resized, so I don't need to cut that much. So not that one, cut this one. All right. so many spider webs in the shop right now. They are going crazy because it's about time. They know it's time to be shutting it down. So they are being very prolific in their web making. It's making it very hard for me to get around the shop. Without getting webs all over me. Rubs! It's like I have Spider-Man living in our damn shop here. Safety second! Not wearing the gloves. Put the gloves on. You've been a long time watcher of my videos. You've seen that I caught myself on fire once from all those sparks flying back onto my clothes. It's a post entitled, "The One Where I Caught Myself on Fire." But I really did. My friend Frank Kohler was laughing about it, the evil German dude, and he was laughing about it, and he said, if you'd given me 2 more seconds, I would have got a video of you catching yourself on fire. But all he got a picture was me smoking when I had put it out with my hand. So, yeah. All right, I gotta clean the edges up. Okay, the trick now is to get it to bend in half. Let's see how we're gonna do that. I'm gonna start with it over on the vise, and then give it some gentle tapping and just take my time and get it going. I might even heat it, so I'm gonna go get a torch, and we may have some magic happening when that happens. Once I get it bent, then I'll make my cuts, and then we'll start talking about how we're gonna bend it like this. You can hear all that stacky already. So, plasma cutter from previous, cut that, so I'm going to leave that part. It's going to go like this. All right, let's get a torch. All right. Yeah, that turned out pretty good. I like it. Just gonna give it a little more love taps here. Gotta break some of that slag off from that laser cut. All right, so now we're going to come in and we're going to give it some slices right here, probably 1 every inch or so, and cut it down to right down to there or close to there. And then as I bend it, so it bends, that'll have it a place for it to expand as I make the turn. I don't think I could, I don't have the tools to bend this with a hammer right now and leave it in that nice position with this on there. I don't have a roller. If I had a roller, I could roll it through it and it would probably work. There's jigs and such for that. This is a unprofessional shop. This is a amateur shop. Amateur. Let's go with amateur. This is an amateur shop. So I don't own those $1 million worth of tools that I'm gonna need to do this project. So we're gonna wing it with what we've got. Yep, that's what we're doing. I dare you to do that. All those sparks flying into my family fun down there. That's warm. It's already warm in here too, by the way. I thought it was going to be cooler today. Turns out, not so much maybe.
Let's go over to the weather station and find out, Bob. Over to you, Jill, for the weather.
Summer's never going to end. I have a firm convinced of that. It's very hot. Supposed to get some rain. What is that? 112, 15, 14? Let's go 114. So it's warm in here. That's why I had to have the air conditioner on. Because the camera shut off from heat. We'll see how much we can get done today with the heat going on. We may have to wait till it cools off tonight and come back out here later and get it done. But anyway, I've got my piece cut with my straps in it. So we're gonna go over here and see if it's gonna work in our place over here. All right, let's get some camera angles going from over here. All right, we gotta pause. We gotta pause so we can set the cameras up before I trip and break a neck. Okay, something like that. Something like that. There's an awful lot of welding to fill right here. What if I just weld it over the top of it? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. And this top is cut right, but it's the wrong place. So I have to cut back this weld a little bit from being built up so I can get this underneath there. And then once it's done, we'll have to cut it off across here. Once it's done. All right. Let's do some more grinding. Cutting disc is not going to get it done. It's too small. This will either work great or it'll be a huge catastrophe. I'm sure of it. Don't go anywhere. I need you. Don't go anywhere. All right, here we go. Here we go. They're all plugged in. Thank you, second. Okay, what were we doing? We were trying to get this as flat as possible on both sides, so when we stick this here, it's as close to being flush with here as we can, so that my fill welds won't have to be so gigantimous, huge. So we're gonna do this, not without that being tighter. We're not. Let's get that off. Let's get it tighter. Let's go tighter. Yeah. Okay, all right, so got the spots drilled in to spot weld on this side. I have the strap bent into place. I've ground this back. So what am I doing? All right, oh, that's what I'm doing. All right, got it. All right, got this put in place. Got it where I like it on this seam over here. That's just gonna be a big bunch of welding. And then same thing down here. Can't see it very well, but underneath my finger, it's gonna be really awesome there. All right. Anyway, so we're gonna weld across here. That's gonna be a watertight seal. Then we'll weld spots here, get that close, and then see where we are. Ooh, there we are. And then we'll see where we are from there. It's 115 in here. Probably gonna knock off until the temp drops a little later tonight. So come back, it'll be cooler, I hope. Probably gonna go swimming right now. All right, looks good from where I'm standing. I like this part. I like where we're sitting. I'm not happy with the bottom side, but we're gonna get that sorted out as soon as I can get this top side sorted out. Stop, stop. Okay, a couple hours later. It's almost tolerable out here. All right. Actually, it's not melting my face off, so that's encouraging. All right, we reviewed, we got this in place. Let's get the welder fired up and let's do some welding. There's a melting of the steel. And we'll fix these patch holes while we're here getting the rest of this done. All right, let's get it. Get it done. Stop that. Stop. Okay, I'm done. Done with this. That looks terrible. This is a punch through on this panel piece right here. Not good. Don't know what to do with that. Probably gonna fill it with filler. Got this side all done. Everybody's welded up all the way across, all the way around, all the way on this right here, all done. Got it ground down. I can get the trim piece on it. Took a look underneath here some more. There's just no welding this to that. That's just not gonna happen. Gonna get the grinder out. I'm gonna knock the big chunks off. That's gonna get sealed from the bottom. I'll probably stick body filler in, or panel fill, or whatever that stuff is. A little caulking, basically. I'll probably fill that as best I can on this side, and then it'll get a coat of everything on top of it. The rubber bit stuff for trucks or whatever the hell. I'm gonna tape all this off and get it sprayed then. So that's where we're next. So that's it. That's gonna be the end of the panel. I know you're disappointed. I'm disappointed, but I'm not a body guy. It's the best I can do. So I'm gonna go with it. Biggest fear was that it would leak. If it rusts, it rusts. At this point, I'm gonna be dead before I care if this truck rusts out from the bottom again. So I'm not terribly worried about that. Next big piece to tackle. Oh, let's walk around. Turn off the welder. Turn off the gas. Yeah. I'm gonna do that for my grandson. That was in the trash down the street, and I'm hoping the electronics still work. I need a battery just to start testing it. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. We're gonna see. I might pull the battery out of the mower just to see if it'll fire up, but who knows. All right, next tackle is this crazy nightmare over here. This is a total rust out from that stuff. The fact that it's rusted out way down inside there. Let me get a pointer. A pointer. I got to get a pointer. All right. The fact that it's rusted out down here, it's not super good. The windows here. I really don't want to take that window out. Welding up in here, welding inside that. I don't have a TIG welder, so I can't stick a little pin in there and make that magically happen. I was thinking I'd build a shoulder, so I'd build a piece that fits like on top. Fancy paneled L or something, but this is gapped down here as well. That goes straight to rubber. That's messed up. I don't know about pulling these windows. I haven't looked into that yet. I may email somebody and ask them how to do it. And then putting them back, oh boy. Good times. I wonder if I can even get this rubber seal, window seal for this back. That's a big question too. Anyway, that window has to come out. So that's basically it. I'm not even gonna crawl under there because you got all this stuff here. But this is coming up pretty soon. You see, this is pretty knackered. So the goal with this is I'm gonna get it out on a flat surface. I'm gonna hammer all of the panel flat across where my holes are drilled. So this is all flat. This has got to be moved back up. There's pieces where this doesn't exist anymore. Where, oh, bending. Where my Z-bar will fill, but that's going to be a tight catch. I might not be able to catch that. Oh, what am I doing? I'm sorry. All right, let's start over. The Z-bar is going to bend and be behind this, but there's some pieces here that had to get cut that were way up in there. Not sure how I'm going to do that yet, but this is close enough right here. I think I can still make a tack on it, but for the most part, it's mostly there. I mean, down here is pretty whole, pretty bad. But I still have this piece up here that can still make the connection. So if I could tap it here, across there, maybe still make it. That's what I'm thinking. Ugh. All right, that's probably all. Camera overheated again. It's nighttime, as you can see, and the temperature in here has dropped off dramatically when the sun went down. That's encouraging for me because I'm not out here dying, but again, I didn't get much filmed that I wanted to get filmed. Oh, I didn't show you this. So this was the fix for the outside of this panel. Those welds are probably all trash, but it's, well, now see, I hit it and it cracked. So I don't know. Those are probably trash. I should probably grind them all off and re-weld that whole panel. Got the welder, got the piece, I got everything there. I got gas this time. All right, with that, I have this entire side of the truck complete. What you didn't see is I tore off the 16 gauge panel that was too heavy, too big, too much. Took it off and I replaced it with an 18 gauge panel and got it all buttoned up. All the way up. Yep. Can't see it. That's awesome. Good job on the lighting. Let's get some lighting. Let's get the lighting over here first. All right. So here's the inside. I put some seam sealer on it so you can see why it looks like a really messy 3-year-old came in here and smeared boogers on it. But yeah, that's seam sealer. And then let's get back underneath. And there's a pretty paint job getting ready to dry. That's drying. It's not getting ready to. It is actually drying. So there it is. Dun, dun, dun. So it's important to use the right size thickness of steel. Ooh, that was a terrible camera angle. It's important to use the right camera angle, and it's important to use the right thickness of steel. So 18 gauge is the way to go. All right, so the left side of the truck is complete as far as welding goes. Very excited. All right, so I'm gonna wait for that paint to dry. And I'm gonna put some schmattery stuff down so that when I spray the truck liner here on it in just a few minutes, that it will, not splatter all over my brake discs and all the other bits underneath the truck and my beautiful floor, which is actually covered with a lot of metal bits right now. So, that's it. Super excited. At least half of the body work is done, considering there's 2/3 still needed. Yeah, so I got to do the left side B-pillar, and I've decided not to fix the side, sill on the left or the right side. It's just a hole, and I'm going to build rock sliders. Where's that shadow coming from? I'm going to build rock sliders, and it's my camera. I'm going to build rock sliders, and that will actually cover up that hole, so there's no reason to actually do anything about it. So, in my mind anyway. And then the big, gigantic, huge job of putting the bed back in. I spent a lot of last night thinking about how that's going to work, and oh boy, that's going to be exciting. It's going to be a lot of work, and it's probably not going to be right when I get it done. What I've learned from this is I'm not very good at this. I probably need 20, say 30 more years of experience before I'm actually any good at this body stuff. And that's okay, because that is not what I'm here on this planet to do. I'm here to drive, baby. I'm here to drive the tires off these vehicles. Yes, I am. All right, that's what I'm doing. All right, that's the end of it. I'm gonna button this up. Temp's gotten back up to about 115. I started out early this morning and knocked out that whole thing. I'm surprised it came together as quickly as it did, so I'm good. Let's get this buttoned up. Oh, it's been a long one. Was it 5 videos? Lots of videos. My son says I'm supposed to say like and subscribe. So like and subscribe. I mean, is it gonna hurt you? Welding video number 3 had 600 views. I'm stunned. It's awesome. I appreciate that. It's so great. The other ones right after it, I think were in the 80s, I think maybe the other day. And the ones before it are starting to catch up. So it's building, as my son said. You're doing great, whatever that means in millennial speak. So yeah, I'll encourage you to like and subscribe, and I'll encourage you to, if you just really feel like it, the Patreon would be really helpful. I use that money to make sure the website fees are all paid. It does take a little bit of money to keep this going. So, all right, I'll thank you, and I will talk to you all soon. Wait for another video. Thanks. Take care. Stop. Ugh. Stop.